Good evening and happy Tuesday as we welcome you to the C.D. Hawhey Court within the confines of the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium for tonight's Division V District Semifinal between the Eastern Brown Warriors and the Chesapeake Panthers. Along with John Bruce, my name is Dewey Daly. As we welcome you into tonight's coverage, John, it'll be Panthers and Warriors with a trip to the Convo this Friday on the line here tonight.
Yeah, it should be a really big one tonight. We saw one upset already tonight. We may see a second one on Overtime presented by Perfection One. I picked that one. You picked Chesapeake. So even though we're not rooting, we got something on the line. We have nothing on the line because we didn't make any wager on it at all. But should be a really fun matchup tonight. We talked about it this week on the show of how you have two teams that played Fairland extremely tough this year. One lost by 2, the other one lost twice in double overtime. So it will be pretty interesting to watch how these two teams match up with each other. I think the Grady Barber-Maddox-Cuzzy matchup is going to be a really interesting one if they match up with each other. And then what the bigs inside for Eastern Brown can do with Carson Frecka, as I thought he looked really good in that game down at Chesapeake in that double overtime loss to the Dragons.
John, Chesapeake, the number 3 seed in the Division V tournament, coming into tonight 20-3. Their only losses this season, a 3-point loss to Lucasville Valley and a pair of double overtime losses to Fairland. For Eastern Brown, 18-4, and since that second North Adams loss in Seaman, they've rattled off 10 straight wins.
Yeah, they've played much better this second half of the year. They had some tight games early, were able to kind of navigate it and kind of just figure out their footing here for the second half of the year, and that's why they're able to get to that 6th seed and ultimately, as you mentioned, have a 10-game win streak coming into this matchup.
And John, going back to last season down at the Convo, the Ohio Valley Conference really struggling in the district semifinal round. Already the last couple of days here at Waverly, we've seen Ironton and Fairland along with South Point all go down, similar to what we saw at the Convo in the district semi-round last season. What does Chesapeake have to do tonight to break that streak and advance to the matchup with Wheelersburg at the Convo this Friday?
No extended breaks, no dry runs for an extended period of time for them. I think Philip Thacker's got to be a little more aggressive offensively because I'm not sure, no offense to Ethan Kearns, if he's going to go 8 for 9 in this game like he did in their matchup with Fairland. So looking forward to seeing how this Chesapeake team looks to attack this Eastern Brown team. This Eastern Brown team will play. They may run a little bit, but for the most part, they're going to make you guard in the half court, and they're going to guard you in the half court as well. So it's going to be a really hard-nosed game, and I think we're going to see two teams really get after it for the entirety of the 32 minutes and maybe beyond as well.
And, John, for Eastern Brown, we know we're going to get a heavy dose of Grady Barber, the junior, averaging just shy of 14 points per game, a first-team All-District 14 selection in Division V. Who else has to step up tonight for head coach Rob Buechler in his 29th season?
In the win down at Cincinnati Country Day, Cade Walkup hit a walk-off 3, or a walk-up 3, to win the game for them, a big win over the Nighthawks on the road. And they need him to knock down some shots. If he can knock down some shots, you've got an excellent chance if you are Eastern Brown. But also, you need those guys that work inside. You start with Braxton Vance, Price Murphy, but also Carter Cluxton comes off the bench. Those guys all need to be big contributors tonight for Eastern Brown. I blanked for a second, but and kind of the same goes for Chesapeake. I think you're going to see what you're going to normally get out of Maddox-Cuzzy. Ethan Kearns probably needs to step up in a way. Caden Perkins has to have a bigger game than he did in that Fairland game, but also Carson Frecka is a name to look for as well. So if Frecka can get going on the low block, that may get some foul trouble for the Warriors and maybe make them go a little bit deeper on their bench, even though their depth is one of the big advantages that Eastern has tonight.
And John, on today's episode of Overtime presented by Perfection One, we talked about this game, and one of the things we talked about was that we felt like the strength and depth favored the Eastern Brown Warriors. Seemingly one more man in the lineup tonight is Drew Edmiston doing his normal warm-ups. Missed a large chunk of the season with a left knee injury. Seems like he may be ready to go here tonight.
Yeah, and even if he can just go for a couple minutes here and there, or maybe just a couple minutes overall, that might give your team a little bit of a morale boost, seeing one of your leaders getting back onto the floor. But we watched him in warm-ups. We were fooled by it a couple years ago with a Fairfield player, so we'll see what happens here with Edmiston, but it looks like he's feeling pretty good tonight. I would also look for Chase Pinkerton, the move in from Warren. He's been very good for him this year. He's done a good job of running the point. If he can get going downhill, I like Eastern's chances to be able to hit some of those kickouts and then ultimately have a better chance of attacking this Chesapeake team. You mentioned Chesapeake doesn't go super deep. You may see like a John Cooper Barker, Drew Plants, but for the most part, it's going to be those main four guys that we saw down at Chesapeake. But either way, no matter what, it's going to be a really fun matchup tonight. I think we've got two pretty balanced teams, two really well-coached teams as well, that really want to get to that district championship game and then maybe move on to the regionals as well. And
John, you mentioned moving on to the district title game. One of the two Division 5 district finals already set. It'll be Medford and Zane Trace, 6:15 tip this Friday down in Athens. How do either of these teams match up with Wheelersburg, who one of them will take on in a district final, 8:15 this Friday on Richland Avenue?
Well, if Wheelersburg's going to come out and play the defense that they played tonight, it's going to be a tough matchup because they shot the ball well. They played really good defense. But I do think these teams are a little bigger than what we saw at Fairland. Fairland had some nice physicality to them as well. But I think ultimately the overall length of the teams is going to help them, whoever it ends up being on Friday. But once again, if that Wheelersburg team plays like they did tonight, it might not matter because they played extremely well tonight and really pulled off the upset in the region. We talked about it on overtime this week of Huntington over Sims Valley, but I think we saw it tonight with Wheelersburg over Fairland.
How about Waverly, a big upset
Huge
win
upset
at Southeastern
today,
over Jackson. Alrighty, Panthers and Warriors trip to the Convo on the line tonight. Coming up next here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger. This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Number 35, 6'1" senior Bryce Murphy. Number 42, 6' senior Grady Barber. These are the practice coached by Rob Buechler. Now the starting lineup for the Chesapeake Panthers. Number 22, 6'3" sophomore Maddox Kazee. Number 4, 5'9" junior Caden Perkins. Number 24, 6'3" junior Philip Thacker. Number 33, 6'5" junior Carson Freckle. And double zero, 11 senior Ethan Kearns.
Alrighty, starters for both teams ready to go for the Chesapeake Panthers in their home whites under head coach Stephen Ader. It'll be Ethan Kearns, Caden Perkins, Maddox Kazee, Philip Thacker, and Carson Freckle. Road Reds tonight for Eastern Brown, 29th year head coach Rob Buechler, Cade Walkup, Chase Pinkerton, Braxton Vance, Bryce Murphy, and Grady Barber into the starting lineup for the Warriors.
Your officials tonight, Sean Willie, Keith Throckmorton, and Jared Gillett. Ones that, once again, as always, you'll see this weekend down at the Convo as well.
Panthers and Warriors in tonight's Division 5 District Semifinal. A trip to this Friday's District Final on the line. It'll be the Warriors with the opening tip to get us going at the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium.
Yeah, probably going to see a lot of grind through this one for both teams. Good drive.
Barber downstairs, banks it in to get the Warriors onto the board first.
Yeah, and if you don't cut him off, it can be a really long night as he'll systematically break you down, Will Grady Barber.
So a 2-0 start for the Warriors. First offensive possession of the night for Chesapeake. 20-2 regular season for the Panthers. Down low with Freckle, can't answer. Out of bounds, going to stay on this end with Chesapeake.
I don't know which one got the block, but it ends up being a kind of combination block by Cade Walkup and I believe Braxton Vance.
So Kazee quickly into Ethan Kearns. Kearns had a big night in that second matchup at home against Fairland. As both Fairland and Chesapeake a pair of double overtime games this season between the two teams.
The Eastern staying in their zone.
Left side three, Caden Perkins can't connect from downtown, out of bounds, Eastern Brown basketball.
Yeah, staying in that three, making Chesapeake pass around on the outside. Perkins fires up a deep three, just comes up a little bit short.
So Eastern Brown with a score and a stop to begin the night. Right side, Grady Barber. Now Braxton Vance, a 15-footer, can't get it to go. Freckle the rebound for Chesapeake.
And we saw Vance knock those down at Leesburg. Just a little short on that one.
Kazee spinning inside, lost it. It's taken away by Braxton Vance.
Good help side by Vance.
Vance, a second team All-District 14 selection. Pinkerton now doubled off the screen. Gets it out to Vance. Kazee gambling on the pass. Short corner jumper is good for the senior Bryce Murphy.
Good work by Braxton Vance getting going until he stopped, and then Murphy knocks down the 10-footer on the baseline.
4-0 start here tonight for the Warriors. And a 5-second violation near side on Caden Perkins.
And that's going to be the second turnover already for Chesapeake in the early going.
Drew Plants will check in for the Panthers. In for Caden Perkins.
I think Coach Ader didn't like the body language there from Perkins. I think this might be a quick break. I like the active hands.
Pass inside, deflected by Thacker. Picked up by Plants on the break. Here's Kearns driving baseline. Back out to Frecka down low, kicks it out to Cuzzy. Can't connect from three. Barber the rebound for Eastern Brown.
Yeah, another good look, just coming up a little bit short. Not a lot of legs so far for the Panthers.
Here's Barber, short corner fadeaway. Jumper is good. Timeout Chesapeake.
Yeah, and a really good play there by Grady Barber. And really, Maddox Cuzzy gets a little bit fortunate there as he had a grab of the jersey. Could have been called, which would have been a continuation there. Grady Barber knocking down both of his shots so far. The Warriors are 3 for 4 from the field. Chesapeake 0 for 3 from the field with 2 turnovers. So not an ideal start for the Panthers so far. And because of that, you got to waste a timeout or burn a timeout early. I won't say waste it, but let's see if they can kind of rejuvenate themselves here coming out of this break.
So the first timeout tonight for the Panthers, as they've been held scoreless for the first 3 minutes of the opening quarter. Now Cuzzy bouncing it into the half court with Philip Thacker. The Panthers moving it around the perimeter. Here's Thacker inside. Thacker bouncing it across the paint to Frecka. Out of bounds. Will stay on this end with Chesapeake.
Official right on the baseline. Gets a little quicker or closer view than what we had.
Now Cuzzy along the baseline, lobbing it into Kearns, top of the key. Plans to Thacker inside. Thacker back to Cuzzy. Cuzzy out to Kearns, corner three. Yes!
I don't know. Kearns must like it when we're here because he is now 9 for 10 so far in the 2 games that we've seen him. Buries a big-time triple to get his Panthers on the board.
Now walk-up driving. Fading away, short corner jumper, can't answer.
Good board from Frecka.
Cuzzy into the half court for Chesapeake. One-on-one with Barber, now Thacker near side.
I just really like the star matchup here between Barber and Cuzzy on both ends of the floor.
Very similar games between Maddox Cuzzy and Grady Barber.
Good hands.
Barber deflects it out of bounds. Will stay on this end with the Panthers.
Yeah, that's a good, good break for Caden Perkins. Just a real quick one. Get him about a minute, kind of calm things down. You get Plants into the game a little bit too, so I would say he'll be even more prepared on his next trip into the ballgame.
So nearly 5 minutes into the first quarter, Eastern Brown with a 6-3 lead over Chesapeake in tonight's district semifinal. Kearns driving hard to the basket through contact. Can't finish, but able to draw the foul.
Yeah, good work there by Ethan Kearns, just going hard to the basket, drawing the foul. That's going to be the first on Pinkerton and first of the game overall anyway.
So Ethan Kearns already with all 3 of Chesapeake's points here in the first quarter, now make it 4. One more shot coming up for the seniors. Kane Dotson onto the floor for the Warriors, checking in for Chase Pinkerton. Second shot for Perkins is no good. Kane Dotson the rebound for Eastern Brown. We mentioned Eastern Brown, an extremely deep team. Kane Dotson, a part of that deep bench for Coach Buechler.
Yeah, one of their guys that played a good bit on their JV team earlier this season that went undefeated for the Warriors.
Into the corner, Barber connects from three.
Great ball movement, good job getting his feet set. Grady Barber, 3 for 3. He's got 7 points already.
An electric first quarter so far for the junior Grady Barber. Here's Philip Thacker, can't answer from downtown. Tough rebound for Braxton Vance.
I'm just glad Thacker shot it. I know it wasn't particularly close, but in that last game, it looked like he could have helped out a little bit more, being a slight bit more aggressive.
Here's Barber, another three. Yes!
Just running their sets to perfection. Grady Barber with 10.
Perkins driving inside, lost it, but a foul.
Yeah, and the crowd behind us is so loud, we didn't hear the whistle, but the hand goes up, players stop. Good aggressive drive by Perkins.
Cade Walkup whistled in for the foul for the Warriors. Second team foul of the quarter for Eastern Brown, as Landon Kohler will check in for Walkup. Cuzzy inbounding underneath, lobbing it in beyond the arc to Caden Perkins. Into the corner, Perkins for three, able to answer with a triple of his own.
Needed that shot. Once again, good ball move. Both teams moving the ball very well. First triple of the game for the Panthers.
I believe 4 combined triples between the two teams already here in the first quarter. Loose ball picked up by Dotson.
Great hands by Dotson to keep that alive.
Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter, and a foul on Philip Thacker.
His first on the team.
Chesapeake foul, 24, Philip Thacker. It's first team foul.
Good communication there from Kohler, trying to get his man to the right spot in their zone breaker.
The Warriors moving the ball through their offense. Here's Vance inside, can't get it to go off the glass. Out of bounds, Chesapeake basketball.
I think Frecka may have gotten a hand on that, but ultimately bounces away harmlessly, and Chesapeake has a nice chance to cut into this lead a little bit more.
Less than 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Straight on, Kearns can't connect from three. Bryce Murphy the rebound for the Warriors. 13 to shoot for Eastern. 10 now, 9 for the Warriors. Here's Barber off the screen, 5 to shoot for Eastern. Barber, long two-pointer, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound underneath for Dotson. His putback is no good, and that'll be the last shot of the quarter for the Warriors.
A really good effort, good defense to close out the quarter by Chesapeake.
12-7, Eastern leading after one. We'll take a break. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Hey, Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
We welcome you back to the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium, tonight's Division 5 District Semifinal. Eastern Brown out to a 12-7 lead after the first 8 minutes here on the CD Hall-Hee court.
Yeah, what started as a very good start for Eastern, they never could just really pull away. They got up to 8. Caden Perkins hit that big corner 3 to cut it to 5. And really, if you're Eastern, you want, as you're playing well, you want to try to bury Chesapeake, because Chesapeake doesn't have a ton of firepower to come back. But if you let them hang around, you're going to lose.
So the Panthers with the first possession of the second quarter, as they trail by 5 here in the first half to Eastern Brown.
And we saw in that game against Fairland, Cuzzy didn't really force things, but they may need him to at some point in this one, as he was 0 for 1 in that first quarter.
Kearns driving, cut off by Murphy. Back out to Thacker.
Yep.
And a foul around the midline.
That's 2 on walk-up.
So walk up right back to the bench. Kane Dotson returns for the Warriors.
I was going to say, the good thing for Eastern is Kate Dotson gave him good minutes. But your best shooter is now on the bench, which could have a big impact throughout the rest of this first half.
So nearly a minute gone to open up the second quarter. A long possession to begin the frame for the Panthers. Perkins into the short corner. Cut off by Vance. Now Kearns wants to drive. Tough interior defense continues for Eastern Brown. Frecka puts it on the floor. Inside, Frecka double team. Frecka up for the layup, banks it in.
Good work by Frecka there. He knew the 5 seconds was coming, so he just made sure to square his shoulders, get it high off the glass, maybe get there for the offense rebound, but didn't have to because of the nice touch by the junior.
Back to a 1-possession lead for the Warriors. Here's Vance inside, right-handed floater won't go. Tip back won't go either. Here's Barber inside, foul on the putback.
Too many offensive rebounds. Chesapeake's got to do a better job of cutting that off. As they get 3 attempts, and now you'll get free throws with a chance to score in this possession.
Barber 61% from the stripe this season, misses the first.
I guess if there's a negative to his game, that might be it.
Carter Cluxton onto the floor for the first time tonight for the Warriors. Second shot for Barber, no good as well. Tough rebound underneath for the senior Ethan Kearns.
First board of the game for Kearns.
Perkins driving to the basket, lost it. Eastern Brown basketball.
Third turnover for Chesapeake.
And John, the defense for the Warriors, really steady here in the first half so far.
Yeah, been very stingy so far on the defensive end. Chesapeake's got to be tighter offensively, knock down their looks, and just make sure to handle the ball overall.
Pinkerton, nice find underneath. Grady Barber finishes for the Deuce.
12 now for Barber, but as you mentioned, great find by Pinkerton. Didn't rush, steps through the double team and finds his partner.
Now Kearns driving, called for the carry. Back-to-back turnovers for the Panthers.
Yeah, just got it too high on that side. On that side dribble, ends up spinning on the hand, ends up being a fairly simple call for the official.
So the Warriors take back over, up by 5. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Dotson feeds to Cluxton. Now Pinkerton driving inside. Now Murphy from the baseline puts it in.
Nice solid play by Bryce Murphy, getting into the mid-range and dropping in the floater. He's got 4, both from the mid-range.
3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. A 7-point lead for Eastern Brown. Cuzzy through traffic, can't answer.
And Cluxton does what he does so well, rebound the basketball.
Here's Murphy, corner 3, can't connect. Offensive rebound for Cluxton. Now Pinkerton driving inside with the left hand, banks it in. Timeout Chesapeake. It'll be a full timeout for the Panthers. We'll take it with them. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo-Hio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
We welcome you back to the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium. 4:27 to go here in the first half. Eastern Brown leading Chesapeake 18-9.
Yeah, pretty nice start for Eastern. A little bit of, a slow start for Chesapeake, and then the second quarter has been virtually just as slow as the first was. Which is why they're down 9 right now.
Whole lot of energy for the Eastern Brown faithful. There's a foul underneath on the Warriors. It'll be the second on Chase Pinkerton.
Yeah, good minutes from Pinkerton, though. He got that nice kind of snake-like move to get to the basket.
So the Panthers now underneath as Cuzzy lobs it into Thacker. Now Frecka kicks it out. Perkins along the baseline. Cuzzy spinning inside. Nice finish through traffic for the sophomore.
He's just so smooth on the interior. Nice job spinning away from the contact and getting the layup for his first points.
And John, the Panthers doing just enough offensively to hang around here in the first half.
Yeah, and we saw it a little bit with Fairland in the opener.
Murphy driving to the basket. And a foul on the floor on Chesapeake.
He's going to be on Plants. He got kind of chucked, but I think he cut off, created the charge or block first. But as I was saying earlier, we just saw Fairland kind of stick around and eventually took the lead with about 3 minutes left in the game before losing late. So for me, Chesapeake just got to stay in it.
Dotson straight on from 3 off the back iron. Another offensive rebound for Cluxton. 15-footer won't go. Cuzzy the rebound and a quick foul on Grady Barber.
It's going to be his first. I'm going to tell you this. Carter Cluxton might be my favorite player we've covered this year. He plays so hard on the offensive glass. And you just got to keep an eye on him at all times, or else he's going to pull those offensive rebounds down, even in limited minutes.
So Eastern Brown an 18-11 lead over Chesapeake. Nearly 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Thacker fires a three, can't connect. Barber the defensive rebound for the Warriors.
Good look, though. And that's what you got to do. You got to get stops, get good looks on the offensive end. So another foul on Plants.
Second foul on the 5'9" senior Drew Plants. Braxton Vance back onto the floor for the Warriors. In for Price Murphy. Jaden Florence also checking in for the Warriors.
I say someone was open for a split second, but they weren't able to find him.
Barber with Thacker on him. Barber into the short corner, up for the layup, nearly had it, but able to draw the foul. 2 more shots coming up for Grady Barber.
Yeah, so we got the Eastern people chirping behind us. You didn't want that foul. I guess they called it on the floor, but you didn't want that foul because he was going to get to the basket. Like, sometimes you just don't want the foul call.
So the foul on the floor. Baseline out of bounds play inside. Braxton Vance able to bank it in. Lead up to 9 for the Warriors.
Yeah, good work once again on the out of bounds play.
Perkins driving inside, answers with the left hand.
Beautiful work by Caden Perkins. Going right to left on the crossover, sees he's got his man beat, finishes at the rim for 2.
Barber way downtown, off the mark. First miss from deep tonight for Grady Barber, and a foul on the floor for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's going to be the first on Jaden Florence. The next foul for either team will result in free throws.
A late sub for the Warriors as Landon Kohler will check back in for Jaden Florence.
I think Florence might have been too handsy there. Just get a quick break. It's his first district semifinal matchup for the sophomore.
So less than 2 minutes to go here in the first half of tonight's Division 5 district semifinal. 20-13 lead over the Panthers for Eastern Brown. Here's Thacker inside, through contact, unable to bank it in, but does draw the foul. 2 shots coming up for the 6'2" senior Philip Thacker.
So something must have changed in one of these breaks, because since that last break, Chesapeake is going hard to the basket so far. I think they might see a slight advantage, maybe a little slower feet on the defenders, and doing a good job of getting to the rim. This is going to be Cluxton's first foul. He's going to check out. Good minutes, though, from Carter Cluxton with the 3 boards.
Price Murphy returns for the Warriors. As Philip Thacker splits the pair, Murphy the rebound. Dotson feed to Barber inside. Barber fading away, a lot of contact, no whistle. Offensive rebound for Murphy, stick back is good.
A good job by Murphy just being on the backside. Really good defense by Philip Thacker, but with it being the air ball, ends up just falling right to Murphy.
Less than a minute to go here in the first half. Kuzia skip pass to Kearns near side. Now Thacker lobbing it into Frecka. Frecka hauls it in, counted in the foul.
Nice play by Carson Frecka to gather himself and then once again get it up off the glass. I think the Eastern fans may have thought he was down, but ultimately he is given the continuation. 4 points now for Carson Frecka with a chance to make it 5.
Florence returning for the Warriors. Right back in for Landon Kohler. Frecka able to convert the three-point play. Panthers back within 5.
5 big points here in the second quarter for Carson Frecka. Gotta be smart if you're Caden Perkins. You don't want to pick up a cheap one here.
Murphy looking backdoor for Vance. It's taken away by Caden Perkins.
Only his second turnover for Chesapeake. First of the quarter.
14 now, 13 to shoot for the Panthers. It'll be the final possession of the first half.
You gotta go.
6 to shoot for Chesapeake. Perkins kicks it out. Cuzzy way downtown off the mark.
Pretty good half. I mean, it seemed like at times that it was going to be Eastern pulling away, but ultimately Chesapeake keeps it within 5 at the half to give themselves a chance here coming out of the locker room.
Eastern Brown leading Chesapeake 22-17 at the break. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par Mar has it. Download the Par Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
We welcome you back to the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium, despite what our scoreboard says, as it is now correct. 22-17 at the break. The Warriors out in front of the Panthers. John, an outstanding first half. Second half coming up in a little less than 7 minutes here at the downtown gym.
As you mentioned, right as we got to the half, you're like, man, that's a quick half. It's a quick half when there's not a lot of turnovers. I mean, 4 or 6. I did this earlier. 6 total turnovers between the two teams. So you don't have a lot of stoppages in that way, not a ton of fouls. It's been a physical game, but it hasn't been like a dirty game or anything like that, and that's why that half went by so quickly. So it'll be, see if Chesapeake can chip away at all of this. They got it, I believe it was an 8-point game. They got it down to 5 here at the half. And maybe the only issue for Chesapeake is that Cade Walkup hasn't scored. He's 0 for 1 from the field. So at some point, they're going to get some shots for him, and he's going to knock down some shots from the outside. Grady Barber with 12, Price Murphy with 6, 2 for Braxton Vance, and then 2 for Chase Pinkerton as well. So Eastern hasn't done a ton of scoring, but kind of like what we talked about in the pregame, this is going to be a grind-it-out type of game. You are not going to get – you might get 2 or 3 easy shots throughout the game, but you're not going to get them all throughout the game. It's going to be – you're going to have to earn every one of your baskets tonight because of how well these two teams defend each other, and that they're – I won't say they're mirror images, but they're pretty close. Maybe a little more size for Eastern, but ultimately they are pretty balanced teams between the two. For Chesapeake, slight issue for them just scoring-wise. Carson Freckle with 5, Caden Perkins with 5, 4 for Ethan Kearns, 2 for Maddox Cuzzy, and then 1 for Philip Thacker. So just not being able to score. And it's because of the defense that Eastern Brown has been able to put out so far in this game. And really, you play that high level of defense, you're going to give yourselves a chance to advance in the tournament, to advance to the convo, to earn a trophy. You have all those chances as long as you are still playing good, solid defense, which is what both of these teams are doing so far. So even though the offensive end hasn't been the prettiest, the defensive end has been really good so far, and it hasn't led to a bunch of turnovers. It's just led to some missed shots and not a whole lot of offensive rebounds either.
And, John, as you mentioned in the box score, a slow first half for the sophomore Maddox Cuzzy, similar to what we saw at home against Fairland, I think a couple of weeks ago now at this point. Very slow first half, came alive in the second half in overtime. What happened that night that maybe we see replicated here tonight for Cuzzy to get going in the next 2 quarters?
I say he's a little more aggressive, and it didn't really start until that fourth quarter either. So he wasn't real aggressive. He didn't take a whole lot of shots in that first half. I think he just kind of bided his time, waited to see what he could get, and then once he saw what he could get, he was taking it every trip down the lane. So I expect Cuzzy to. I would be surprised if he didn't end up around 15 in this game. Even though he's only got 2 points right now, it wouldn't surprise me to see him really get going on the offensive end. And it's just because of how smart he is. He's got a really high basketball IQ, a lot like Grady Barber's, and that makes it to where these guys can score even if they're off to a slow start.
And, John, another top scorer that we didn't see a lot of in the first half, as you mentioned, Cade Walkup. Held scoreless through the first 2 quarters. He's second in scoring on the Warriors, averaging right around 9.5 points per game, finishing 4th in the Shack and made threes this season. Do we maybe see some more designed plays to get Walkup some open looks on the outside?
Well, when we had that game here with South Point last year, they started to run some stuff late, and that's when it seemed like they were having a harder time staying with him, was late in the game because he had ran them all over the place throughout the game. So maybe if they're just kind of waiting their time on that, see if they can still get them on some kickouts. But also, you might see them run, something off of like a flare screen, a hammer route to the corner. You're going to see some stuff that Eastern's going to do well, and maybe you haven't seen yet this half. So I would be kind of surprised if we don't see some design looks coming up here in the next few minutes for Cade Walkup, or at the very least in the fourth quarter.
All righty, second half between Eastern Brown and Chesapeake coming up on the other end of our break. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Third quarter moments away within the confines of the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium. A 22-17 first half lead for the Eastern Brown Warriors over the number 3 seeded Chesapeake Panthers. It'll be Eastern Brown basketball to begin the third quarter.
Yeah, big possession here for Eastern Brown, looking to extend their lead a little bit. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw one of those specials for Cade Walkup right here. Or maybe you just keep going inside to your 6'4" dudes inside of Braxton Vance and Bryce Murphy.
Both teams starting off the second half the same way they started off the first. Walkup, Pinkerton, Vance, Murphy, and Barber for the Warriors. Kearns, Perkins, Cuzzy, Thacker, and Frecka for Chesapeake. Third quarter underway here at the CD Hall-Heat Court.
Nearly taken away by Thacker there. Just being pretty aggressive.
Pinkerton spinning inside. One too many steps for the sophomore, called for the travel.
Yeah,
so the stop the Panthers needed to begin the third quarter.
Yeah, if he could have just got one more dribble in there, but instead, as soon as he spins, probably going to get called more times than not.
Cuzzy driving along the baseline, spinning inside. One too many steps for this sophomore, calling for the travel.
This is almost the exact same play. I think Pinkerton's was a little smoother on the travel, but
a pair of travels for a pair of sophomores to begin the third quarter.
That's a really good hedge by Frecka.
Murphy into the short corner, handing it off to Barber. Barber backing down Thacker. And a foul on Philip Thacker. Called for the block, first of the quarter for the Panthers. Second of the game for Philip Thacker.
I think Thacker, maybe a tenth of a second earlier, is going to get that charge.
Quick pass inside to Braxton Vance. Can't get it to go. Rebound Kearns. Lobs ahead to Perkins, who finishes on the other end.
Good work there defensively. Good finish by Perkins. Team high 7 now.
Back down to a one-possession lead for the Warriors. Here's Walkup. Now with Murphy, Pinkerton near side.
So you're probably not seeing that go up from Pinkerton.
Cade Walkup for three, in and out. Rebound for Cuzzy. Panthers with numbers. Cuzzy going all the way, avoids the charge, passes it over to Perkins, who finishes off the glass and one.
Great job there by Caden Perkins. It looked like he was trying to avoid too much contact, but instead able to draw a little bit, get it high off the glass, and now has a chance to tie this ball game up. Third foul on Cade Walkup as well.
Kane Dotson returns for the Warriors, John. A lot of minutes for the sophomore in the first half.
Yeah, you can tell from the beginning of the year till now he's gained more trust with Coach Buechler, and that's why he's playing such big minutes in this ballgame.
Perkins converts the three-point play, a 5-0 run to begin the quarter for Chesapeake.
Our first tie of the game. Had no changes, or no lead changes, only one tie.
And a foul far side on Thacker, his third.
I was going to say,
Coach Ader go to the bench.
I was going to say it wasn't the worst thing because Ethan Kearns, hopefully it's just a cramp, but that also could be pretty bad because of, that's one of your top scorers, and Thacker just picked up his third.
So 2 subs to the table for the Panthers. It'll be Drew Plants and I believe John Cooper Barker.
Yes. So as you mentioned, a 5-0 run for the Panthers to start, playing really good defense here in this third quarter, holding Eastern to 0 for 2 shooting, but also a turnover already. Caden Perkins has all 5 points here in the third quarter for Chesapeake. As we mentioned already, it's tied once, and it's this time.
Caden Perkins down, being tended to now, helped up.
Kearns.
Rather, Ethan Kearns.
Yeah, it looks like it's a lower body injury, obviously, but.
Kearns unable to put any weight on the left leg, so we'll await to see if he's able to return tonight. As Chesapeake and Eastern Brown are all tied up 22 apiece.
Yeah, and you always hope that a senior is able to get back in what could be his last game. Hopefully they can just get him wrapped up pretty quickly.
So Barker and Plants into the game for Chesapeake. Barber, a 15-footer, puts it in. Grady Barber, a tough 2-pointer.
14 now for Barber. 6 for 10 from the field here in the night.
Now Cuzzy spinning inside. Down low with Plants, back out to Caden Perkins. Cuzzy way downtown, puts it in. Maddox, Cuzzy connects from 3.
Yeah, good ball movement there from the peak. Cuzzy knocks down his first triple of the game. He's got 5 now.
Now pass near side from Dotson, taken away by Cuzzy. Here's Perkins driving to the basket, blocked by Barber, but a foul.
Yeah, really good defense, stepping up in a huge way right now are the Panthers. And we're going to see Perkins with a chance to extend this lead.
So Perkins to the line, John, I believe potentially his second trip to the line. He's had the and one opportunity earlier on, able to knock down the first.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 now at the line. 6 points here in the second half. But this is what you need. You have Kearns go out. You need 2 of your top 3 guys to really step up in a big way. And so far in the second half, it's been Cuzzy and Perkins.
Perfect trip to the line for the junior kid in Perkins. As Chesapeake leads 27-24, a 10-2 run to begin the third quarter for the Panthers. Dotson to Murphy, fading away off the back iron, won't go. Barker the rebound for the Panthers. Cuzzy corner 3, off the mark. Out of bounds, will stay on this end with the Panthers.
Yeah, you like the hustle from the Warriors there, but you got to communicate there in a big way. The miscommunication makes it to where the ball is tipped out of bounds, and it will stay here with Chesapeake.
Carter Cluxton returning for the Warriors.
It's a good job spreading the floor for Chesapeake against this zone. Not going to see a lot of zone from Eastern, but you're going to see it a lot of times on the baseline out of bounds like we had here.
A patient possession for the Panthers. Inside to Frecka, lost it, picked up by Kane Dotson.
Good help side defense by Dotson.
And Cuzzy with the steal on the other end. Loose basketball, able to corral it. And a timeout for Chesapeake. 30-second timeout for the Panthers. Outstanding hustle play from the sophomore Maddox Cuzzy.
And that's what you want. Like, if you're a fan of the game and you're just watching, you want to see the best two players battle at all times. Barber really did in that first half. Cuzzy's done it so far in the second half. And that is why Chesapeake has this three-point lead, and now we'll have the ball as well.
Third timeout tonight for the Panthers as they lead 27-24, right around the halfway mark of the third quarter.
It's been a really good game so far. It looked like it was going to be a little bit of back and forth early, and then it never really got there, as it looked like Eastern was starting to pull away. But now, Chesapeake in this nice run here in the second half, 10-2 run.
So the Panthers leading by 3 with the basketball. 3:42 to go in the third quarter. Plants, nice find to Cuzzy inside, who finishes off the glass.
That is a great pass from Drew Plants, and then great concentration by Cuzzy to collect that and finish at the hoop.
Pinkerton now without his dribble. Far side with Barber. Barber pulls up from 3 off the front iron. Barber the offensive rebound, put back off the glass. Won't go, but a foul.
Good work there by Grady Barber to follow his shot. The junior with 14 points, 5 rebounds now, has a chance to get back at the line where he is 0 for 2 so far tonight.
We mentioned Barber, a 61% free throw shooter. 2 big ones coming up for the junior.
Gotta have him though.
Barber able to split the pair. Panthers back 4 here in the third quarter.
Ooh.
Perkins double team, gets it out to Frecka, now back to Perkins.
Frecka, with his size and length, does a great job of coming to the ball.
Perkins, a 15-footer, puts it in.
Perkins coming alive here in the second half, 9 points. 3 for 3 from the field, 3 for 3 from the foul line as well for Caden Perkins.
Barber going to work inside, shot deflected by Maddox Cuzzy, who brings down the defensive board.
Just a great second half for Cuzzy and Perkins. Cuzzy doing it on both ends. Perkins really stepping up on the offensive end. Biggest lead of the game at 6. A 3 here could be very detrimental to the Warriors.
Less than 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Out to Cuzzy for three. Yes!
Drew Plants with 3 assists since coming into this game, about halfway through the quarter. Finds Cuzzy, who's now got 10.
A 9-point lead for Chesapeake. And a timeout for Eastern Brown. Full timeout for Coach Buechler. We'll take it with him. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
We welcome you back to the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium. A big three-pointer for Maddox Cuzzy has the Panthers out to a 9-point 34-25 lead with less than 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
17 points here in the third quarter, all between Caden Perkins and Maddox Cuzzy. But they've gotten some really good minutes out of Frecka, Barker, and Plants as well. Hopefully we'll see Ethan Kearns be able to make a trip back into the game.
Pinkerton along the baseline, flips it up with the right hand, can't answer. Frecka the rebound for Chesapeake. Less than a minute to go here in the third.
Get the ball to start the fourth. If you're Chesapeake, do you hold for one here? Or do you maybe just go hold for best?
Now 15 to shoot for the Panthers. They lead by 9 here in the third quarter.
Good hands.
Plants lost the basketball, picked up by Caden Perkins. 4 to shoot for Chesapeake. Frecka, 15-footer, that's good. Carson Frecka beats the buzzer to put the Panthers up by 11 headed into the fourth quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Fourth quarter, a moments away here at the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium. A 36-25 lead for the Panthers with 8 minutes to go to the convo.
Yeah, been a really impressive second half here for Chesapeake. 19-3, I believe you said it already, but Just a really nice third quarter.
Here's Cuzzy, pass across the lane to Carson Frecka, who backs it in.
9 now for Frecka. Good find from Cuzzy, his 4th assist. Biggest lead of the night for either team, 38-25.
Into the corner, Barber for 3, can't connect. Offensive rebound for Murphy. Barber now wants to drive, spinning inside. Nice move by Barber, who's able to draw the foul. The Warriors looking for any kind of life they can get here in the 4th. One for 5 now tonight from the line for Grady Barber, as Drew Edmiston will check in for the Warriors.
Good to see him be able to make it back onto the court. Had a great year shooting last year. Maybe they're trying to get a little bit of a spark with his shooting ability here in the 4th quarter.
Second shot for Barber is good. 2 for 6 tonight from the line for the junior. Perkins double team near side, pass deflected out of bounds by Edmiston, but they're going to say the last touch by Maddox Cuzzy, going the other way with the Warriors.
Big possession here for Eastern Brown. You get a turnover, which hasn't happened very often, only the 7th of the game. You need to get points. You got your shooters into the game, so they can get a drive and kick. He's got to watch the hook, though.
Walk up way downtown, off the backboard, no good. Barker, another rebound for the Panthers. Barker lobbing it ahead to Drew Plants. Now Frecka inside, a block counted in the foul. Carson Frecka, an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Great job there by Frecka. He has no fouls, so why not go all the way to the rim like that? He's able to draw the contact, uses that crafty left hand to finish.
Jaden Florence returns, I believe, for the first time this half for the Warriors.
Yes.
Frecka unable to convert the 3-point play. Barber the rebound for the Warriors. Corner 3 for Florence, no good. It'll stay on this end, however, with the Warriors.
Yeah, just everything is a little bit flat. And due to that, you're not seeing a lot of scoring from this Eastern team.
Florence another 3, also this time can't connect. Rebound for Cuzzy and a foul on Eastern Brown. It'll be Braxton Vance.
First on Vance.
So the Panthers leading by 14, 6.5 minutes to go in regulation. Frecka down the floor now, Cuzzy. Now Plants top of the key with Caden Perkins near side. And a foul on Chase Pinkerton.
You got to try to do what you can to force turnovers if you're Eastern, but it just ends up being really tough. If you can't force turnovers, you got to try to force quick shots, which I don't know if a Stephen Ader team is going to take really quick shots. I mean, they had a chance to win the OVC because another team took quick shots against them.
Inside, Frecka with the left hand, able to bank it in. Frecka continues to have an excellent night in the district semifinal round. Backdoor Barber underneath. Along the baseline, Barber through contact, can't finish, but will be headed back to the line for 2 more free throws. His 4th trip to the line tonight.
He's 1 for 4 on the night from the free throw line. Correction, 2 for 6.
So the Warriors needing every point they can get here in the last 5.5 minutes of regulation as Barber able to connect on the first.
17 now for Barber.
Price Murphy returns for Braxton Vance. Barber sinks the pair. But it'll
lane
be
violation.
Waved off due to a lane violation on the Warriors. So the lead cut down to 15 for the Panthers. Quick steal for Florence, who's fouled on the way up.
A good effort so far from Jaden Florence since coming into this game. Now he's got a chance to cut into the lead with the clock stopped. I think you're going to see maybe a lot of rotating in right now with Eastern Brown. Just try to keep fresh bodies on the court at all times.
Kane Dotson back in for Pinkerton. Florence 1 for 2 on the trip, as Landon Kohler will return for Florence. Panthers leading Eastern Brown by 14. 5.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. And a quick turnover for Chesapeake on the inbound. A lot of pressure for the Warriors, forcing the turnover for Chesapeake. So Edmiston will inbound underneath for Eastern Brown. A design play for Edmiston. No shot, tough defense from Drew Plants. Barber now, right elbow jumper, in and out for the junior, but an offensive rebound for Landon Kohler. Put back is good for the senior.
Good work by Kohler to keep that play alive. Down to a 12-point game.
Kazi running out of time, and a timeout on the other end for Chesapeake. 4th timeout tonight for Coach Ader. It will be a full timeout for the Panthers, and we'll take it with them. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
42-30, Chesapeake leading with 5:05 to go in the 4th quarter. It'll be Panthers basketball coming out of the timeout for the Panthers. Kazeen lobbing it down the floor, brought in by Perkins on the run out. Perkins off the glass, can't get it to go, but able to draw the foul.
Yeah, not a bad foul, but almost a tremendously bad foul, because if he gets that and counts it, that might have been it. but instead misses the free throw or misses the layup. Now he's got to make both of them to get those points back.
So Perkins to the line for 2 shots. Able to knock down the first, and John Perkins a much better night tonight than the last time we saw Panthers in that second matchup with Fairland.
Yeah, he had 1 point in that game, 15 so far tonight. It's been very good.
It's Grady Barber checking out for the Warriors. One for 2 on the trip for Perkins. But Dotson and Murphy collide on the offensive rebound taken by Kazee, who misses the 15-footer. A rebound for Pinkerton, who's fouled along the baseline. Also, John Ethan Kearns back onto the floor for the Panthers.
That's good to see. Always good to see that. But another time where Eastern looked like they had the ball and just miscommunication. They want it so bad right now, but you still got to communicate in those instances. Without doing that, you're going to turn it over.
So the Panthers leading by 13. Pinkerton opposite of the screen right side. Now Dotson back to Barber, who has returned for the Warriors. Barber through traffic, able to bank it in.
That's the second time one of these two coaches has sat someone for a very short time, and it's immediately paid off for him.
Perkins now driving to the basket. Bounces it over to Kearns, unable to hang on to the pass. Eastern Brown going to take over.
And right now, we may see another, like the last timeout from Chesapeake may come sooner rather than later because they're starting to unravel a little bit. Still up by 11, though.
Barber pull-up 3, won't go. Offensive rebound inside for Dotson. A wide-open put-back effort is no good. And a foul on Landon Kohler, as Caden Perkins brought down the defensive rebound for Chesapeake.
And it's just little plays like that where your smallest guy on the court skies to get the offensive rebound and then missed it by what, a centimeter off the back iron. It's been a tough night for Eastern. Still plenty of time left, though. And we're going to see a timeout here from Coach Buechler.
Full timeout for the Warriors. We'll take it with them. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
We welcome you back to the C.D. Hawhey Court at the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium. It's a 43-32 Chesapeake lead with 3 minutes, 59 seconds to go in regulation.
You got to get some free throws here if you're Chesapeake. They haven't shot the free throw super well today. But you got to try to extend the lead any chance you get.
A perfect jump to the line for Caden Perkins, who extends the Panthers' lead to 13.
17 now for Perkins. 15 in the second half.
Pinkerton inside, up with the right hand, off the back iron. Long rebound for Pinkerton, who looks inside for Murphy. Off the hands of the senior and out of bounds. Panther basketball.
First turnover here of the fourth quarter. 6th on the game for Eastern Brown. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Full court pressure continues for the Warriors. As Cuzzy now double teamed in the backcourt. Across the midline to Frecka, who has it taken away by Pinkerton. Pinkerton out to walk up corner three. Off the backboard, won't go. Frecka the rebound for the Panthers.
This is a great look from Perkins.
On the drive, Perkins, a lot of contact and a foul.
Yeah, good work by Perkins. And you want to run some clock, but you also don't want to completely stop playing. He waits until there's a slight opening, then he goes hard at it. Now he's going to get back to the free throw line. Seven for 8 now for Caden Perkins. Make it 8 for 9.
Walk up, thought about the step back three. Instead, it's Braxton Vance, a 15-footer, and he's fouled.
Yeah, Vance is going to step to the line for the first time tonight. Only 2 points for Vance. 2 points, 2 rebounds. This has been a big struggle tonight for Eastern. You got to kind of feel a little bit for them here because you know how hard they've worked and you want to get to this level and you want to play well, and it hasn't happened tonight, especially here in the second half.
Vance 57% from the line this season, splits the pair.
3 points now for Vance. They're going to do some defense or offense subs here that allows you to set up your pressure.
Bryce Murphy returns for the Warriors. Kazee running out of time and uses the last timeout for Chesapeake.
And that's going to be something they're going to have to really talk about here at this break.
It has to be a full timeout for the Panthers, but we'll keep it here.
Yeah, you still can move if you are Cuzzy. You can still move, but you just don't have the timeout. And, I don't know if it's been discussed, but you would almost rather just take the dead ball turnover and play defense rather than rush it in, turn it over, and maybe lead to a layup. So you got to be really smart if you are Chesapeake. You want to make sure you are maintaining possession, limiting turnovers, and then when you get a chance to get fouled, you step to the line and knock down your free throws.
So Chesapeake leading Eastern Brown 47-33 here in the back half of the fourth quarter earlier on tonight. In the first of our Division V district semi doubleheader here at the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium, John, we saw Wheelersburg pull off an enormous upset win over the number 2 seeded Fairland Dragons to advance to the district final in Division V this Friday. I believe that game is the 8:15 slot.
Yes.
This Friday.
That was a 15-point game going into the fourth quarter. Brady Buchanan hit a 3 to go up by 1 late in the fourth, but ultimately was not able to be enough as Wheelersburg will move on to the district championship game, something that I'm sure not a lot of people outside of their locker room or community thought would happen.
Cuzzy has it taken away. Walk up out of the pack with the basketball. Walk up going all the way. Can't finish off the glass. Barber, the offensive rebound. Put back, blocked by Thacker. Thrown back into play. As that'll surely mess up our scoreboard camera, although I think we may have escaped unscathed, which we have.
Let's go.
So I believe it was Frecka who threw it back into play, although it'll be Eastern Brown basketball near side.
That's good officiating. We saw one earlier this year where they just called it immediately.
So Pinkerton will inbound near side for the Warriors, easily into Walkup. Barber driving, cut off. Now Barber lost the basketball, has his dribble now, passes it off to Walkup. Barber inside, fading away. Barber off the front iron, Cuzzy the rebound. Cuzzy into a quadruple team, has it taken away. Pinkerton, Euro step inside, can't finish. And an offensive foul on the Warriors. A lot of good looks inside for the Warriors, just unable to connect on any of them.
Yeah, like you said, a bunch of looks, but just not able to get anything to fall. You're getting decent looks high off the glass, but nothing falling, and that kind of goes back to it's just been one of those nights where you're just not playing very well, and you don't want it to happen at the end of your season, but sometimes it just does. I mean, 10 straight wins coming into this game, obviously playing very well, but I'd say it's going to be enough tonight.
Fifth team foul of the quarter for the Warriors.
Cuzzy now with 11.
Is Maddox Cuzzy able to knock down the two-shot trip with a little over 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
I think we're going to see the seniors checking out now. It's an Eastern team that they would probably tell you they underachieved because they wanted to win the Shack, but in reality, the 10 straight wins to end the season, they played really well up until this point, but the two teams getting out of the Southeast District in Division 5 just makes things really difficult. You got to be on top of your game all the way at the end of the tournament.
And John, it seems Chesapeake will snap the streak of at least 7 consecutive district semifinal losses in the Ohio Valley Conference. Long three for the Warriors, won't go. Pinkerton the offensive rebound. Pinkerton inside, finishes, timeout Eastern.
Yeah, really good effort there from Chase Pinkerton.
That's a good idea.
I agree.
It'll be a 30-second timeout for the Warriors, so we'll keep it here.
Yeah, they still got, what, 2 timeouts left. 2 timeouts left, so you still see them pushing the foul, trying to extend the game a little bit if possible. Don't know if there's enough time. I don't know if there's enough shooting to go along with that time. But I'll tell you what, a Rob Buechler team's never going to quit, so should at least be a interesting last minute 30. 142. We'll say, I hope something gets changed about this because these crowds tonight have not been very good, which is something that never really happened before. I think we got a good one behind us, but across from us, not very good. I know some of the other places haven't been great crowds. Kids deserve that.
Cuzzy passes it into Plants. Plants double teamed in a foul.
Plants will have his first chance at the line. Has not shot tonight. Has 4 assists, though, all coming in the second half. Really, when they started to take control. Second foul on Florence.
An empty trip for Drew Plants.
It's Edmiston.
Now Edmiston fires a 3 off the mark for Edmiston. Plants the rebound for the Panthers, lobbing it ahead to Maddox Kazee. Kazee up for the layup, able to bank it in.
I said Kazee would have 15. He's at 13. I don't know if he's going to get there.
Into the corner, Edmiston, another 3. This time Edmiston connects.
Good for him.
Timeout Eastern. It'll be a 30-second timeout for Coach Buechler.
Yeah, it's always good when someone gets hurt and is able to come back and congrats, Coach. Is able to come back and hit a big shot in his last game. Maybe not the biggest of shots, but at least he's able to get back on the floor, knock down a shot.
And John, seemingly, since we're at the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium, it's hard not to mention the run the Waverly Tigers are going on. A promising young core that I think had a lot of expectations to begin the season. A little bit of a rough patch in the middle and ending parts of the season, but back-to-back really solid tournament wins into the district final this Thursday.
Yeah, they had lost 9 straight coming to the tournament. They win by 1 in overtime over Washington, and then 2 today over Jackson.
Drew Plants out of the pack with the basketball and another Eastern Brown foul.
Speaking of local teams, the Fairfield Union girls absolutely poured it on their opponent today in the Sweet 16. They're moving on to the Elite 8. I believe that's on Friday, so at least we'll have one team. We'll have more than one, but we'll have at least one team in that regional final.
And John, something we talked about in pregame when talking about Wheelersburg, you mentioned nobody outside of that locker room thought that they could make it to a district final. I think that way of thinking can be applied to Waverly as well, as the Tigers have been able to block out all of that outside noise with everything that's obviously been going on in the program to make an outstanding run in the tournament.
Yeah, and you always like to see that because those kids, they don't have anything going on with that.
Edmiston, another 3, this time can't connect. Thacker the rebound for the Panthers, who's fouled.
A good board from Thacker. He'll step to the line for the second time tonight. Yeah, but just kind of going back to that that Waverly team you mentioned, they start 4 sophomores and a freshman. The freshman, Gage Alexander, knocked down about a 16-footer to win the game tonight over Jackson. So very bright future if things all go according to plan for Waverly. See Dick, Kirk, and Raymer all stepping into the lineup.
And John, for Eastern Brown, we fall once again here at the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium, a game shy of a convo appearance. But all the potential in the world next season with both of your all-district selections in Grady Barber and Braxton Vance, along with the selection of others coming back next season.
Yeah, they've got a very bright future. As we mentioned, the JV team went undefeated. You're going to graduate not very much. In reality, you're going to graduate Kearns, Plants, and I think that's it on the active roster right now. So you're going to see some big-time numbers coming back for Eastern. Andrew Campbell checks in for the first time for Eastern. So he'll finish off his career.
53-40, Chesapeake leading. As they'll advance to the district final this Friday to take on Wheelersburg, an offensive foul on the Panthers. Campbell fires a three off the backboard, won't go. Loose ball out of bounds. I got to touch the basketball. How about that?
There you go.
16 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Eastern Browns basketball near side. Into the corner, Campbell fires a three, can't connect. Chesapeake brings down the defensive rebound, and that'll do it.
Still a really good season for Eastern, even if it's not going to end the way they want it to.
53-40 the final. From the Waverly downtown Gymnasium as Chesapeake is dancing on to Richland Avenue this Friday for a Division V district final matchup with the Wheelersburg Pirates.
Yeah, it should be a really fun one down there. I won't say underseeded Wheelersburg because their season, frankly, wasn't very good. They ended very strong, but they got the seed they probably deserved, and then they played over it to what we kind of expected when we saw that Harvest Prep game earlier this year. It was like, oh, this team looks like they're going to be pretty strong. It didn't really work out that way, but then tonight it came through in a big way, and we're going to see a good one on Friday night when Chesapeake takes on Wheelersburg at the Convo.
John, we'll talk about it a little more after the break, but we've got a lot of Cinderella teams moving on to the Convo. Once again, we'll talk about that on the other side. Stick around for the post-game show. 53-40 the final. Chesapeake once again moving on to the district final. You've been watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo-Hio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
We welcome you back to the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium. 53-40, Chesapeake on top of Eastern Brown for the final here tonight. The Panthers moving on to the district final this Friday, 8:15 tip at the Convo on the campus of Ohio University, where they'll take on the Wheelersburg Pirates.
Eastern Brown will finish their season at 18-5. Just really never, especially in the second half, never really got going. First half didn't have a bad start, but really could never capitalize on getting the early lead, and that's what ultimately was their downfall tonight. They were led by Grady Barber with 19 points, and then 6 points for Bryce Murphy, 4 for Chase Pinkerton, 3 for Braxton Vance, Drew Edmiston, 2 for Landon Kohler, San Raymer, and then 1 for Jaden Florence. Seniors Cade Walkup, Drew Edmiston, Landon Kohler, Bryce Murphy, and Andrew Campbell play their last career game tonight. Had outstanding careers for the Warriors. Like we mentioned on the stream, they're going to be pretty good again next year, so make sure you're on the watch out for Eastern Brown. For Chesapeake, they will advance. They win their 21st game of the season. 21-3 now are the Panthers. They will take on Wheelersburg on Friday night. They were led tonight by Caden Perkins with 19 points, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists for Maddox Cuzzy. 13 points for Carson Frecka. Almost all their points came in that second half as they played very well in the second half. 4 points for Ethan Kearns. Thankfully, he was able to come back after what appeared to be a lower leg injury, but he was able to finish the game. 2 points for Drew Plants. Also 5 assists, all of those coming in the second half. And then 2 points for Philip Thacker as well. John Cooper Barker gave some good minutes as well for the Panthers. So we will see them on Friday night.
And John, something I was getting to before we send it to the break is just the amount of Cinderella teams we have heading to the Convo. I mean, it's not too often you get to mention it, but I think Wheelersburg qualifies. I believe they're the 7 seed. They qualify as a Cinderella team in 11, and I think they came in 11 and 11.
And came into the tournament 10-11.
Right, so you come into the postseason under 500. I think that automatically qualifies you as a Cinderella team along with Wheelersburg. You have Waverly moving on, who I believe also entered the tournament under 500. And then in Division 6, you have Peebles and Huntington, both under 500. So we're guaranteed one sub-500 team in a district final in Division 6. So there's all kinds of great stories in each and every division. Obviously, Divisions 4, 5, 6, and 7 is that's what the Southeast District predominantly is, but a lot of great stories headed to the Convo later on this week.
Yeah, it's been outstanding for the first year of the extended tournament. We weren't really sure what we were going to get. We weren't sure if we were going to get a lot of upsets. We have gotten a lot of upsets, and that's what's made this a really fun tournament to follow so far. We haven't seen like 10 to 15 upsets, but we're seeing some selective ones that are going to make the Convo even more fun coming up here in the next few days.
All righty, big thank you tonight for Carson Francis. He provided play-by-play coverage for the front end of our doubleheader here tonight. And a big thank you to Kenneth Hay for working the camera for both games here tonight at the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium. Once again, the final, Chesapeake 53 over Eastern Brown, who finished with 40 points on the night. But that'll wrap it up for our coverage of Southeast District Boys Tournament Basketball. For John Bruce, Kenneth Hay, and Dewey Daly, we're saying so long from the Waverly Downtown Gymnasium. You've been watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.